What are some things that people don't realize would happen if there was actually a zombie outbreak? Flies. So many flies. A lot of people would die from zombie bites, but even more would die from diseases only treatable with antibiotics, insulin, and chemotherapy. When the world collapses, everything collapses. You might dodge a zombie bite, but then die from a scratch on your leg from where you brushed against a rusty nail to make that dodge happen. Stephen King addresses this in The Stand where he says, paraphrased, that the cruelest cut of the plague is the secondary wave of deaths among the survivors from things that normally wouldn't be a problem. One scenario was a guy swimming in Lake Michigan who steps on a nail and gets tetanus and tries to amputate his infected foot. I think it's said up to a quarter of the people in first world countries died after the plague. I remember one bit about a guy who set up a generator and electrocuted himself. And that kid that fell in a hole, broke his legs and died in that same hole unable to move. His last thought was of ice cream. Heartbreaking. That zombies are basically the worst possible life form. The one species that is most willing and able to kill them is also their only food source and their only means of reproduction. Imaging breaking your glasses while fighting off zombies. Without my glasses, I wouldn't be able to tell the difference between a zombie and a survivor unless they're within arm's reach. Forget about sneaking around, I need my fellow survivors to identify themselves so I don't attack them. That in places that get a real goddamn wind to the zombies, or infected, would be rendered immobile or dead by the cold freezing the water in their bodies, or that they would be torn apart by wildlife almost immediately in rural areas. I came here to say this. I live in Edmonton, Canada. It gets below freezing at night regularly for 8 months of the year. That's a 66% chance that the zombie apocalypse doesn't last a day. We'll be fine. The entire world would smell fucking awful 24/7. Especially the really hot countries. Only until they completely dry out. They would turn to prunes, then the old people would eat them. This is how we win the war. The question is, will the zombies run like in Zombieland or just walk slowly like in The Walking Dead? If they run, people that don't exercise are fucked. People would stop mowing their lawns. My hoe would be pissed. You'd still get fined even during the zombie outbreak. There would still be too many half-empty water bottles laying around everywhere. I think you mean half-full bottles. You gotta be optimistic to survive the apocalypse. Everybody tends to forget about dental hygiene during an apocalypse. It's something we take for granted today, and something we won't have during an apocalypse. Imagine having braces and the zombie apocalypse happens before you can get them taken off, so you're just stuck with ill-fitting braces forever. Or imagine getting eaten by a zombie with braces. Oh dear God, that would be a new level of pain.